Hello everyone, it is March 16th, 2021. And somebody already wants to chime in. What's your deal? What's your deal? Hey, you go over there. So you may wonder, where has Jenny been? Or you might not wonder, it doesn't matter. I have been busy crocheting and I finished those two spring flings, so now I've done a total of 4 of those, and I will put the pictures of them right here. Now I just washed them this morning and they are all boxed up ready to go to my brother and sister. So I hopefully can mail them tomorrow. Although, you know, there's something weird about Click and Ship lately. It'll take your money, but it won't give you the PDF to print for your label. And then you have to go back in and go to your order, and it's not clean like it used to be. I don't know what they did different to their website, but it is problematic. Anyhow, I finished one of the blankets on Saturday and I finished the other one on Sunday. And like about 10 days ago, well, it was on a Friday, and I had crocheted so hard the day before that I got up on Friday and felt like a train wreck. You know, I was so exhausted. So I sort of took it easier on the last parts of it because I was pushing myself too hard for no good reason, other than I'm very project oriented, and once I start a project I have to finish a project, and it was just a little too much for me. So I finished those. I don't have any more Afghans planned. Now I might make another one of those, but for a little while I'm just gonna ease off of that heavy duty crocheting because I just got too exhausted, and there's no reason for that. But when I finished, well, first I'm going to put up a little video that I took of when I was getting towards the end of the blanket, and you can see this one particular texture that's in the blankets that I think would make a great bath mat or just some sort of mat because it's so thick and so textured. Anyhow, I'll put that little video right here. Okay, before I go any further on this Afghan, I just wanted to show you that I am through row 96, I think it is. And this is actually like one of my favorite parts as far as how the texture works up. And this is what the back looks like. And it's, gosh, it's got to be, oh, I don't know, maybe about a ½ inch thick. If you worked up just this part into, say, a bath mat size, it would be great because it's really cushy and textured. You'd have to put something on the back like, I don't know, some sort of hot glue or something to keep it from slipping, or place something under it to keep it from slipping. But this texture I think would work really great for a bath mat or some kind of mat. Just my 2 cents worth on it. It is my favorite part of the Afghan. So when I finished with the 2 Afghans, I had 3 project bags that I was working out of, and they were each filled with various yarns that I had been using for this. And I've completely emptied one. I had to re-roll the cakes because I don't like loose skeins and I don't like loose cakes. So I now have an entire project bag filled with re-rolled cakes. And then I got to the bottom of one of the project bags and I was like, oh my goodness, there are amigurumi WIPS in here. So, like, for example, I never finished this little bear. She still has ornamentation for her slippers that I need to put on. Well, her little flip-flops. And then I have this bear, which I think I was trying to do a little ballerina. And you probably can't see it well. Her skirt is got sparkle yarn. So then I need to make little ballet slippers. And then I have the bottom part of sheep that I forgot I was working on, but I guess I should go ahead and finish these one of these days. So that's that. The amigurumi WIPS you find. Okay, so then in this bag, I have the parts to 2 different ballerina mice that I had made, and I had made some instructional videos on how to put on heads and when like, well, like on the bears, the head and the body is just one piece. So you do the head and you work down to the body. But some like this, here's a little body. It comes to a point, and the crochet goes downward, but the head of the little mouse, the crochet's in a different direction. So then you got to attach this, and how do you attach it without making it wobble, and how do you stabilize it? So I do have a little video on that, and one of these days I will actually post it on how to connect things like that. So I have that project. I've never finished this little elf on the shelf guy. I'm telling you, amigurumi everywhere. And then I just have bits and pieces of stuff, so maybe just finishing those will be my next project. And, oh gosh. You know, I was wanting to make a big dent in my yarn, and I have made a good considerable dent in my yarn. And recently I had, well, a few months ago I had bought, I think 18 skeins of white, and I only have 6 left. So every time, I had all 12 skeins just perfectly lined up on this shelf on my bookcase. And, well, I had 12 skeins lined up, and as I used them, I was replacing them with other red heart skeins. So, yeah, half of it's colored now and half of it's still white. And I'll tell you something else about those Afghans is that some of my color choices now are a little limited and weak. So, but do I buy more yarn when I'm trying to use my yarn? I don't know. I probably will have to buy more white eventually because you just go through so much of it. But yeah, some colors little weak on now. I could probably make another blanket just with the scraps that are in this one project bag, but I'm not going to. Not yet. I finally took down my Christmas decorations, all my amigurumi, because I'll put a picture here of these 2 56 quart containers that I bought at Ace Hardware, and you can see the Afghans in there as they were being worked on. But I knew that as soon as I was done, that one of the containers would be for Christmas amigurumi, and then as it turns out, I put all my other amigurumi in the other one. So here's a picture of that. And needless to say, I need more containers. So right now, my yarn is just stacked up in boxes that are laying on their sides, so they're just open and you can see all the yarn. And the boxes are from Chewy.com, and they're the biggest boxes that they ship stuff in. And I've got 4 of them in my closet. And so one of those is halfway empty, and another one is partly empty. So probably if I rearrange my yarn, I could get rid of one of those entirely, but I'm thinking I would like to put that yarn in some bins. I know I've seen a lot of you guys show your yarn stash and you've got your yarn in bins, but my yarn has never been in bins. But because I'm moving sometime within this next year, I think it's maybe appropriate for me to put the yarn in bins to protect it and to keep it a little more organized. I don't know. Anyhow, so I still don't know anything about the moving. The escrow supposedly ended yesterday. As far as I know, the potential buyer doesn't have the commercial loan settled yet, because this is a commercial property, it's not a residential. And I guess she had never had a commercial loan before, and she was trying to do it on her own, and then the realtor was like, no, use my loan people, they can help you, they're used to doing it, they know what to do. So we've had 2 appraisals, one from the first loan people and the second from happened last week. An appraiser came out, and then an agricultural appraiser came out and looked at the physical outside of the property. So we warned her that back behind these areas it is a jungle, because we just don't have the proper equipment to keep up with it. It's just not possible. So so I don't know where anything is on that vein. Still don't know anything about the moving. But in the meantime, I have to move as well, so I am going through my stuff and saying, what should I get rid of? Even though I started at 0 when I came here, you know, I've accumulated some things over like 6.5 years now. So I have to think, what do I not want to take with me? Because I don't know how much space I'm going to have. So you have to look at that. But, you know, it's a process of just going through all the little places I have and storage cubbies in here and saying, you know, am I keeping this or I'm not? And, you know, really, I also look at it thinking, if I died tomorrow, not that I'm planning on anything, but if I did, how hard would it be for other people to clean out my stuff and get rid of it? Because, you know, sometimes you go into dealing with a person's estate and it is a nightmare. And so I'm just challenging all of you, look at your stuff, say, if I died today, what nightmare am I leaving my heirs to have to sort through? Because believe me, they probably won't keep hardly anything that you have, because they're not interested. It's not their stuff. I mean, I have one thing from my grandfather. I have a silver dollar from my grandfather. That's it. And for my mom, I have a piece of Wedgwood from my dad. I mean, after he passed, I got a couple of his trains. But, you know, I'm just at this point in my life where I just don't want things. So I'm going to be looking at what can I get rid of, what wouldn't I want to burden somebody with if I passed away suddenly. That's how I look at my stuff, you know. I want to have stuff that can go straight to a thrift store, not stuff that's like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with this? So anyhow, so now that I'm not working on an Afghan, I have just been today catching up on stuff. It's like my first free day for a long time. I mean, I made 3 of those spring flings back to back, I think. And that was tough. So, yeah, I've done 6 loads of laundry today. I just washed everything. But then again, when my next door neighbors are out of town, and they are out of town, but they're coming back today. But when they're out of town, I'm just like, do as much laundry as you can. So I just do like a spring cleaning, all the laundry I can find. Lots of cat laundry and stuff. And then of course my next door neighbor, he's the guy that's in the duplex. He's at work all day. So I have the laundry room all to myself right now. And I'm taking advantage of it. So, thankfully, our laundry is free to do. Otherwise, it would be so expensive. So I guess that's really about it. Everything is still good here, and I hope everybody has a great rest of the week. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.